In this video, we'll be taking a look at one NBA game happening on May 23, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on this one NBA game after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Miami Heat versus Boston Celtics. After a shocking loss at home, the Boston Celtics tried to even up the Eastern Conference Finals series with the Miami Heat in Game 4 on Monday night. The Heat responded after getting blown out on their home floor in Game 3 by dominating the Celtics at the TD Garden on Saturday night. One of the most physical games of the postseason ended with the Heat pulling out a 109-103 victory to take back home court advantage. The Boston Celtics will be looking to bounce back and square up the series after coming up just short in Game 3 on Saturday. Jaylen Brown led the team with 40 points and 9 rebounds on 14 of 20 shooting. Al Horford added 20 points with 14 rebounds and 3 blocks, while Marcus Smart chipped in with 16 points and 7 assists. As a team, the Celtics shot 48% from the field and 12 of 32 from the three-point line as they fought hard to cut an early 26-point deficit to just 1 point late in the fourth quarter, only to see the Heat pull away and escape with the narrow win. Jason Tatum had himself a night to forget as he scored just 10 points on 3 of 14 shooting from the field and 1 of 7 shooting from the three-point line, while the bench combined for just 16 points. The Miami Heat will be aiming to take a commanding 3-1 series lead after taking down the Celtics in a 109-103 road win in Game 3 on Saturday night. Bam Adebayo led the team with 31 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals. PJ Tucker added 17 points, while Max Strus chipped in with 16 points. As a team, the Heat shot 46% from the field and 11 of 33 from the three-point line as they hit the ground running and dominated the first quarter by 39-18 to build an early 26-point lead before they used a pivotal 7-0 run late in the fourth quarter to escape with the narrow win after their lead was reduced to just 1 point with 2:40 left on the clock. The Heat got next to no support from their bench players, especially Tyler Herro, who shot just 4 of 15 from the field and 0 of 6 from the three-point line. Looking at the betting trends, the Heat are 13-5-1 against the spread in their last 19 road games, 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 playoff games as an underdog, and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. The Celtics are 34-16-2 against the spread in their last 52 games against a team with a winning record, 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games following a loss, and 12-5-1 against the spread in their last 18 games overall. Head-to-head, the over is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings overall, and the Heat are 4-1 against the spread in the last 5 meetings in Boston. It was an impressive win for the Miami Heat in Game 3. Tough road environment. No Jimmy Butler for the entire second half. No problem. Just your typical tough Miami road victory. Reports are that Jimmy Butler is a go for Game 4. Kyle Lowry, PJ Tucker, and Tyler Herro are all listed as day-to-day. The Heat will need a lot more of that grit if they want to steal another game on the road. Statistically, Miami should be down 0-3 in this series. Objectively, they've been outplayed by the Celtics more often than not, including the fourth quarter of Game 3 where they only scored 22 points. 2 quarters have made the difference in Miami leading this series. The Heat continue to struggle from three-point range, shooting just 32% in the series. Boston has hit 40% of their threes through the first 3 games. The Celtics have the advantage in assists, rebounds, and fast break points in the series. It's been one-sided for the most part, hence why oddsmakers opened the line even larger in favor of the Celtics than the Game 3. When Boston puts together 4 good quarters, they are the better team. See Game 2. The Celtics are in a must-win spot and don't want to go back to Miami down 3-1. Kyle Lowry made a huge difference for the Heat in Game 3, and Boston will have to make things difficult for him as he is a catalyst for Jimmy Butler. The Heat were able to reclaim control of the series with a crucial win in Game 3 on Saturday thanks to a red-hot start and a big game from Adebayo. The Celtics will be kicking themselves as because they had home court advantage and all the momentum before the Heat ambushed them with a nightmare of a first quarter that had them reeling the entire game. The Heat will be full of confidence following their win in Game 3, but I think we're going to see a response from the Celtics, who won't want to lose their second straight home game. The Celtics are no strangers to being down in a series, falling behind on 3 occasions last round and now twice this round. They have continuously answered the bell. Boston is 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 following an against the spread loss. Look for a big bounce-back performance from Jason Tatum as the Celtics will continue to shoot at a solid clip on their home floor. Boston will start Game 4 much better while maintaining an edge on the glass and forcing turns with their relentless top-ranked defense. Look for Miami's excellent three-point to get stifled once again. The Celtics are 10-5 against the spread in their last 15 games. It's hard to envision a scenario where the Celtics lose back-to-back playoff games at the TD Garden. Jason Tatum is due a big game after turning in an absolute dud of a performance on Saturday night, and the Celtics team as a whole will respond in an effort to keep from going back to Miami down 3-1 in the series. This is a near must-win for the Celtics, and I believe that they get the job done behind a bounce-back game from Tatum. This is a big number, but Boston can handle it, especially on their home floor, and the Celtics are 4-0 against the spread after a loss this postseason. Look for them to even things up on Monday night, so the Boston Celtics to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Jimmy Butler, or the man otherwise known as Jimmy Buckets, is expected to try and play on Monday night, so the Heat shouldn't skip a beat on the offensive end of the floor, especially with Bam Adebayo reintroducing himself as a problem. Meanwhile, Jason Tatum is probably itching to get back on the floor after his disappointing Game 3 performance. He has a tendency of turning in monster scoring performances after a bad night in these playoffs. I don't see him being denied for a second straight night on his home floor, and what was supposed to be a defensive series has seen all 3 games go over. Both Boston and Miami had routinely held their opponents below 100 points prior to the conference finals. They have yet to do that in this series. Overbackers needed all 48 minutes to cash their ticket in Game 3. Boston continues to shoot hot. They are 55% from the field and 40% from three-point range. I expect them to do most of the heavy lifting in this game. With many Miami players banged up, if Boston pulls out to a large lead, I could see the Heat gearing down late in the game. That's my biggest concern for the under, a one-sided blowout. But if Miami can get at least to 95, I believe that the Celtics do the rest. Yes, these are 2 of the top 5 ranked scoring defenses in the NBA. However, it appears the books have been overcompensating for this with low point totals. The over is 3-0 already in this series as both teams have flexed offensive muscles. There are plenty of potent scores on both sides in the form of Butler, Adebayo, Tatum, and Brown among others. Boston shot well, converting at over 48% in Game 3, while the Heat boast the top three-point shooting team in the league. The over is 5-2 in the Celtics' last 7 games and 5-1 the last time the Heat and Celtics have met in Boston. Expect both offenses to bring it again in Game 4. Boston will be motivated and probably a little angry after Game 3. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.